is English O'Clock. Welcome to our English class. It is nice to see you once again here, and we have been exploring the elements of a short story for a couple of days already. And we are bound to the last element. You already know that every story has characters, setting, and conflict. But today, we'll focus on something deeper, which is the theme or the story's message about life. This is where we will discover the message and life lesson behind every story. Every story we read has something deeper than just the plot or characters. It tells us something about life, people, or society. The hidden message, that life lesson, is what we call the theme. So, whenever you finish a story, you ask yourself, what is this story really trying to say? Now, we call that theme. But what is a theme, by the way? Theme is what the story means, not just what happens. It is the author's message, what the writer wants us to learn or realize after reading. It is not just what happens in the story, but what it means. Theme can be a moral, like, for example, honesty is the best policy, or a bigger idea like love conquers all. It varies from different story. So, do you still remember the story of My Father Goes to Court by Carlos Bulusan? Okay, that's good to know. We are going to use that as an example. So, the story of My Father Goes to Court is about the farmer's family. They are considered poor, but they were happy. Suddenly, they were accused of stealing a rich man's wealth just by smelling his food. So, in court, the father or the farmer's father cleverly proves that true happiness is not about money. So, class, what do you think is the theme? Yes, great. The theme is true happiness cannot be bought with wealth. It also reminds us that happiness comes from the heart and not from the money. Okay, another story is How My Brother Leon Brought Home a Wife by Manuel Argilia. This is where Leon brings his city wife Maria to meet his family in the countryside or in the province. Maria must prove she can adjust to their simple life. This shows that love isn't just about romance. It's all about understanding, patience, and acceptance. Now, what do you think is the theme of this story? Okay, so the story shows the theme that love bridges differences, no? That's another beautiful theme from Filipino literature, don't you think so? Now, how do we actually find the theme? So to find the theme, think deeper than the plot. Ask yourself, number one, what lesson did the character learn? Number two, how was the problem solved? And finally, number three, what message connects everything? So in that way, we could understand the theme. So in Filipino stories, it often reflects our values, love, respect, and contentment. So these themes remind us what truly matters. Here are some common themes in a story. So we have here love for family, simplicity, and contentment, courage and sacrifice. So, are you familiar with this kind of theme in a story? Oftentimes, Filipino authors use this in their stories. We also have respect for elders, the importance of honesty, and actions speak louder than words. So, these are universal lessons that guide how we live every day. So, when you read, always look beyond the events, look for the lesson behind them. Okay? We also have here appearances can be deceiving. Treat people with kindness. It's okay to be different. So there are a lot of themes that you can use whenever you are writing your own short story. But remember, theme is not just a summary of the story or the main idea. It's not about what happened, but why it matters. Okay? So, for example, a poor boy works hard to help his family. That's the story. But what do you think is the theme? Okay, so it could be perseverance and love for family brings success. You see the difference? Okay. Now, let us check if you can identify the theme. So you have to choose which one fits best. Let's try to practice. Number 1, a farmer continues his father's work despite hardships. He realizes that hard work and faith bring success. So, what's the theme? Is it A, life in the city is easy? B, perseverance and faith lead to success? Or C, farming is boring? What do you think is the answer? Correct. It's B, perseverance and faith lead to success. Okay, next, number 2. Here's another example. A teenager risked his life to save a neighbor's cat during a flood. What do you think would be the theme? Is it A, floods are dangerous? B, helping others show true courage? Or C, always listen to your parents? Alright, so you got it again. It's letter B, helping others show true courage. Great job, class. Now, let us differentiate theme versus moral because sometimes we confuse theme with moral. Theme is the message of the story, the general idea about life, while moral is the lesson you can apply to real life. It is a clear piece of advice. If it sounds like a saying or tip, that's the moral, okay? I have here an example. Family is more important than wealth. That is the theme. But when we say be content with what you have, that's the moral, okay? Do you have any questions? Now, let us try to review. Theme is the author's message. It has moral or lesson of the story. And it is the big idea. It is not just what happens in the story, but what it means. Okay, so now it's your turn. If you could write your own story, what theme would you choose? Would it be about family, about bravery, about kindness or contentment? And add 3 reasons why you like to have that theme. Okay, you have to write it down on a 1 whole sheet of paper. I can't wait to see your ideas, and I know it'll be amazing. Thank you so much for listening and participating in our class. We already learned what a theme is. I hope you were able to understand our lesson. Make sure to follow along in our next lesson. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you can so you won't miss our next lesson. See you again. Bye.